Okay, round number two for us today. I think we're going to be going over my mom's diet and what she's been doing. Um, she's lost a ton of weight, like super significant. Here's her secrets, I guess, to being on losing 12 pounds in 2 months as a special needs mom, which was pretty remarkable. We all were like, dang, like she totally lost a ton super fast. So she's going to talk about that today and go through how she did it and her suggestions for you guys. Yeah, I guess what diet do you do, Mom? Give them a broad context.
Okay, so right now I am on a keto diet, which is um, always seems to work for my body. And actually, before we had Millie come home, I had already kind of studied this diet out and made it work for me, and I was down to like my high school weight, which I had put on about 15 pounds through the years with all the kids. And so I was back down to my high school weight. And after Millie came home, I have gained 40 pounds, um, which was kind of crazy for me because that's not something I'd ever done is had to worry and really think about my weight. But um, I'm 43 years old, and you know that's just what happens when you get older. And so you have to put a little more work into it. And it kind of all hit me at the same time. We got Millie when I was 40. I guess when I was had turned 40, and so um, everything kind of hit at the same time. Older and diet and my weight. I would just tell myself like we're out all the time. I deserve a treat. I don't have time to make food, and all of that is true. We are out all the time. I don't have time to make food, and I do deserve a treat, and you deserve a treat, and we all deserve every treat that we can possibly think of. But for me, what I realized, I tried to get back on my diet last year, and I had a little bit of success, but I hadn't really decided that I was in it. And then a few months ago, I had some pretty significant back pain, and it kind of jarred me like, she's just getting bigger. And if I continue to put weight on my body, um, then I'm not going to be able to care for her in the way that I want to. And also, I just felt gross. My clothes didn't fit right. I felt gross all the time. And I don't think that that actually has anything to do with a particular size. Um, but for me, it does. Like a particular size for me, I know what size I feel comfortable at. I know, you know, probably carrying 20 pounds from my high school weight is fine, but 40 it was just too much. And so I could feel it in my body, and I felt it in my desire to like get ready. And I was wearing my sweatpants a lot more. Like when the therapists were there, and I have this really, one of the things I really admire about her is no matter what is happening during the day, she gets up, showers, and gets ready. And I noticed that, people who I want to be like do that. Like people who are happy and healthy and doing well in their life seem to do stuff like that. And so um, I just thought, okay, what do I need to do in order to make that my lifestyle? Like, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy. And so then I remembered that keto had really worked for me. And because I already know how to do it, you know, it was easier. And that's kind of what I recommend for any special needs mom is that if you ever had a diet or exercise program that worked for you, it's probably better to go back to something you already know. You don't have to research and study. But the keto diet for my body works really, really well. It's a mess for the first 2 weeks. I should say that. So if you ever start it, it's a disaster. You have to get through it. It's so tiring and painful. And you're like, I don't know if anyone had COVID during COVID, but that's what the keto diet feels like. for the first 2 weeks. Like you have to like force your head to like move my arm, and especially with special needs, it's so hard. I'm sure doctors were like, what is going on with this lady? Every time we're at appointments, I was like so tired. I did not want to do anything, but it was worth it because what happens is now I have way more energy. And like Jackson said, I've lost 12 pounds, which my family's all noticed. I still have a little, I have a little bit to go. I don't think I'm trying to go for high school weight or anything, but definitely I want to be where my clothes fit better, and mostly where I just feel like I have the energy to do all the things that are necessary to take care of Millie, and also not feel like a slob all the time. For me, that was a big deal. Like I'm interacting with people all the time, and I just started to feel so gross about myself and about everything that was going on. And so, especially as we get to the holidays now, before we got Millie, I was on keto during the holidays, and it's actually pretty easy to do for the holidays because Thanksgiving is like turkey, and Pinterest is awesome. You can find every recipe. And then I have this girl, I did this, I don't know if you remember that, Jackson, but I did a challenge where you pay this girl and she makes the whole meal plan for like 6 weeks, and it's so awesome. And she really encourages and inspires me because she's been doing keto for I think she's been doing it for like 7 years. And the one thing about keto that's really hard is it's not like a diet, it's a lifestyle. Well, Millie wants to chime in. She's not super happy about the day.
So maybe for those who like don't know what keto is, like, and they haven't tried it before in the past, and they're interested in keto, what would be like a general overview of how the diet works, and like just kind of the basic like day to day that you go through with your diet one.
So basically you're just trying to get rid of carbs, which is, so you're trying to take your body and have it start burning fat in place of carbs. So normally where you would be burning carbs because they're quick energy, you want to change your body, kind of the way that it burns your energy. And so it's just burning fat instead of carbs. And so that's why the first 2 weeks is hard, because your body is like, I need carbs, and you're telling it, no, just use what I have. I've stored 40 pounds of fat for you. Go ahead and use that, please. And so that's why it's hard at the beginning. And so it's just super low carb. So it means there's like, a lot of my very favorite things, like potatoes, French fries. That's my kryptonite. French fries and popcorn. I could live off French fries and popcorn. But I would be really, really fat. So basically it's just moving into proteins and fats, and you should use, and vegetables. So if you do it right, like I think a lot of people have a misconception that keto is like, I just eat bacon all day. No, you can't do that because that won't be good for your health or your heart or anything else. So it's like, certain vegetables that have lower glycemic index. So vegetables that don't have a lot of sugar in them, that aren't, quick carbs. So you're kind of eliminating potatoes and carrots. I imagine you can think of more. And you're staying closer to broccoli and cauliflower, and all the cheeses are fine, which is why I continue the diet, because cheese is a really, really good thing. And so mostly you're just looking to add more fat and protein, and then all of your carbs are in the form of vegetables. So zucchini. Yeah, that's basically what I do. There's tons and tons of recipes online. The thing I've found for my personal myself with keto is like, you can look up what restaurants have keto options. One of my favorite things, especially when we're out, like this morning we were out at 7, and so Chick-fil-A does like a sausage and egg, and usually they put hash browns in it, which is
There we go. Sorry, you cut out there
like,
the last like 15, 20 seconds. You were at hash
oh, so did you get the chicken?
browns. Yeah.
Okay. You gotta make sure you can. So yeah, so you just tell them no hash browns, and then they'll give you a bowl with sausage and eggs in it. And I think their salsa, when I looked at it last time, it doesn't have a lot of carbs in it, so I usually put a little bit of that salsa in there, and it's super
And this is
yummy.
McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
The thing that I only get that from Chick-fil-A, but do you know Aunt Brandy gets it from McDonald's, and she gets the egg and sausage patty
Okay,
with no bun.
gotcha.
So you can do that too. But I have celiac, so it's a little bit, Chick-fil-A seems to pay attention a little bit more and not make me sick as often. So, yeah, so the thing I love about keto is that I am a big soda fan, and I've tried for years and years. I didn't drink soda until I was like 34 or 5 years old, and we had our house flood, and we had to move into a hotel. We moved into a hotel right next to McDonald's, and it was right at the moment that McDonald's decided that dollar drinks were a good idea, and that Diet Coke from McDonald's for $1 got me through like that entire home renovation. We literally took the whole house down to the steps and had to redo it because of a leak in our laundry room, which is upstairs. So I love soda. I'm trying to get off it one day. Maybe I'll get the motivation to get off it. But keto, you can have soda. You can have as much soda as you want. Some people say it slows down their weight loss, but if it's slowing down mine, I guess it's not slowing it down enough to make me stop drinking it. So that's what I like about keto. And mostly, I just think I've been so happy lately with like the fact that I just made it through the hardest part, which is getting onto the diet. And I like those challenges. I have talked to the lady who does those, and she's thinking she's like maybe on board for a challenge for just the special needs moms if we get enough people interested, which would be really great because then she's really great at recipes. So it'd be good to have someone help us get recipes that are affordable. And so that would be really cool. So that's kind of it's in the pipeline for sometime at the beginning of 25, middle of 25. So, beginning to springish.
If someone was just
So
like
get back.
if someone was just hearing this and they wanted to know just like your basic schedule so that they could like maybe start trying it themselves, or so just some resources to get started, would we be able to put that in the school group for them, or what do you have in mind?
Yeah. Let's link Casey's Keto for Carboholics, and that's keto and carboholics with a K. And my basic schedule, I'm pretty. I don't like to replace a lot of I don't like to do like the copycat, like it's like I want a cookie, so I'm gonna make a keto cookie. That usually turns out terrible, and then you don't want to eat keto. And so usually I try to stay more towards things that are keto. So, for instance, if I'm making tacos for the family for dinner, I make tacos, and then I just have a taco salad. So ranch is totally cool on keto. So you can I just put Millie is super interested in tacos. I put the lettuce and then the meat, and you can forgo beans, but meat and cheese and a little bit of salsa and sour cream, and So things like that. Just try to take out anything that looks like that has carbs in it. As far as my schedule goes, in the morning I usually do like a faux hot chocolate, which is just some cocoa powder and some heavy cream, and then like a 0 sugar creamer. Right, and I always like the holiday stuff. So right now I have pumpkin spice. And pretty soon I'll be buying the peppermints or whatever. And so usually I do that for breakfast, or there's a really good, in fact, if anybody wants recipes, we could totally put this one up there. There's this 90-second keto bread, which is the only thing that I would say that you could replace. Like, this stuff is so good. And it's like an egg and a tablespoon of almond flour and a tablespoon of butter and half a teaspoon of baking powder. And it literally makes bread, which doesn't make any sense to me, but it does. And then you slice it and put it in the toaster, and then you put I usually will put like a fried egg on it, and it's like a little breakfast sandwich. Lunch, I kind of don't eat a lot for lunch. But like car snacks, so pork rinds are totally good. Right now I have almonds in my console here, and almonds are fine. You just have to be kind of like, you can't eat tons of them. So at the beginning it's hard because you're really hungry. Those are kind of like my go-to. Like, I make sure I do put heavy cream in my soda, because usually that's where I get my extra fat from, is just heavy cream, because I don't really have time to think about adding fat to stuff. So usually when I make a soda, like my favorite soda is, I'll do my Stanley Cup and I'll put Diet Dr. Pepper and sugar-free peach and sugar-free vanilla, and then like a couple tablespoons of heavy cream. Tastes really good. Not every day. I don't do that every day, but when I'm looking for like more fat. But normally you'll just saute your vegetables in butter and that will do it. So those are kind of like, that would be the things I would go to right now. Like if you were trying to start 2 days, be like, eat some eggs for breakfast, maybe with the little thing, the little bread. And actually those breads that you make, I've done sandwiches on those too. Like if you have a little bit of lunch meat, and like an avocado is really good for fat. And then you can do mayonnaise, and mostly it's surprising how many things are just keto. And just kind of the filler stuff that you have to deal with. But as far as like, those are probably the things, I guess. I don't know if that's what you're after, what you see.
Yeah, no, that's great. And what we can do is we can put some of this on like a Google Doc or some sheets and stuff, and put it in we'll make a little in the classroom section in the school. We'll put a little like diet section. We'll link to the lady that you follow and put some of your info in there just for kind of basics right now. And then next year, I think we'll try to do that challenge. I think whether she helps us out or not, I think we should do a challenge. I think a lot of moms, we'll see how interested they are in doing this.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think it would be fun, and it doesn't even necessarily, like, I think she's interested, but we're still kind of feeling it out. But yeah, whether she does it or not, and even if it were just like a support in whatever thing you're doing, when we're talking about like, it's way overused, but it's true. That's probably why it's overused. But like, put your face mask on before your kids, like, feel better about yourself. You're going to do better with them. And it's super hard. Like, it's hard enough being a mom of kids, making that a priority. In this situation, it's, I bet some people are like, that's just impossible. And the reality is not impossible, but it's really hard. And so, the biggest part is give yourself grace. Like I said, I started trying to get back on this diet a year ago. And I finally, this time, my daughter's getting married, and that's inspiration. But really, one of the biggest things was just, I can't be dysfunctional. Like, I can't have anything go wrong with my body because we already do enough. We already do enough doctor's visits, and I got to really keep. As Millie was turning 4, and I was thinking she's just getting bigger and bigger, and like I really have to keep my body ready to deal with the challenges that are coming. So, and I mean, the benefit is huge. Like, I feel so much better. I just feel so much better. And it's hard to restrain myself because I've said it again, but I will say it like 100 times because I do deserve for treat 100%. Like, but I think what happens is I actually deserve to feel better more. And I have to keep that in my mind. Like, yes, everything was hard last night. You had to run off to an appointment you didn't expect. It's thrown your whole day into chaos. You're right.
Well, I think we lost her. Well, it looks like we lost her, but anyways, thank you guys for coming and listening to this one. The next one will probably be here soon, but yeah, this one was just on diets and stuff. If you have any questions, join our school group. You can check us out. There's probably links thrown up everywhere, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But yeah, we have a school group that just kind of supports and helps moms and kind of keeps us all connected. So yeah, if you want to join that, take a look at that link, and we'll see you in the next one.